Pastor Creed coming to you once again with this week's Sunday School overview. We'll be in Lesson 6, Twin Troubles, Esau and Jacob. This comes from Genesis 25 and 27. It's quite a bit of reading on this one, but let's delve into it now, and then we can talk about it. So this comes from chapter 25, verses 19 through 34, and then chapter 27, verses 1 through 45. So 19 through 34 in chapter 25. These are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham fathered Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean, of Padan Aram, and the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. And Isaac prayed to the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord granted his prayer. And Rebekah his wife conceived. The children struggled together within her. And she said, "It is thus. Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other. The older shall serve the younger." When her days to give birth were completed, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all his body like a hairy cloak. So they called his name Esau. Afterwards his brother came out with his hand holding Esau's heel, so that his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. When the boys grew up, Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, while Jacob was a quiet man, dwelling in tents. Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once, when Jacob was cooking stew, Esau came in from the field, and he was exhausted. And Esau said to Jacob, "Let me eat some of that red stew, for I am exhausted." Therefore his name was called Edom. Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright now." Esau said, "I am about to die. Of what use is a birthright to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me now." So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And then from chapter 27, verses 1 through 45. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his older son, and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." He said, "Behold, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapon, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me. And prepare for me delicious food, such as I love, and bring it to me, so that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare for me delicious food, that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice as I command you. Go to the flock and bring me two good young goats, so that I may prepare for them delicious food for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself, and not a blessing." His mother said to him, "Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go bring them to me." So he went and took them and brought them to his mother. And his mother prepared delicious food, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau, her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And the skins of the young goats she put on his hands and on the smooth parts of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went in to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am. Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me." But Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?" He answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son, Esau, or not." So Jacob went near to to Isaac his father, who felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said, Are you really my son Esau? He answered, I am. Then he said, Bring it near to me, that I may eat of my son's game and bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, Come near and kiss me, my son. So he came near and kissed him, and Isaac smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you of the dew of the heaven, and of the fattest of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from his presence of his father Isaac, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also prepared delicious food and brought it to his father. And he said to his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me. His father Isaac said to him, Who are you? He answered, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. Then Isaac trembled very violently and said, Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me, and I ate it all before you came? And I have blessed him. Yes, and he shall be blessed. As soon as Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. But he said, Your brother came deceitfully, and he has taken away your blessing. Esau said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has also taken away my blessings. Then he said, Have you not reserved a blessing for me? Isaac answered and said to Esau, Behold, I have made him lord over you, and all his brothers I have given to him for servants, and with grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son? Esau said to his father, Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of the heavens on high. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from your neck. Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself, The days of mourning for my father are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But the words of Esau and her older son were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob her youngest son, and said to him, Behold, your brother Esau comforts himself about you by planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee to Laban my brother in Haran, and stay with him a while, until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets that you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you from there. Why should I be bereft of you both in one day? This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So, like I said, quite a bit of reading for this one, but we needed to understand the circumstances of their birth and how they came out, and then, of course, the deception, losing of the birthright, and also of the blessing there at the end. And so when we look at the law gospel aspect of this, we see that God does not want us to lie and deceive, but to trust in him and follow his word. And we see this deception that takes place in this account. But the gospel is through his son, Jesus, God forgives all of our sins, and he promises to work all things for our good. And that's the Bible truth of this lesson, is that God blesses us with families. He has blessed us with those people that should look after us and that we can look after. Now, as far as the Bible verse goes for this week, Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. This will help the kids to recognize their dependence upon God, and that oftentimes when we try to force God to do things or take things into our own hands outside of God's will for our lives, it doesn't end well for us. Now, As we look here to the catechism connection, we can see here it's the seventh commandment: you shall not steal. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we do not take our neighbor's money or possessions or get them in any dishonest way, but help him to improve and protect his possessions and his income. And so obviously when we look to the seventh commandment, we see that the deception and the theft that comes from Jacob stealing Esau's blessing as he deceives his father in his old age. We are not to get things in a dishonest way. And this is what we see Jacob does. He steals his birthright by lying about who he is to his father. Now, when we look to this overall, what we've seen, when Isaac is 60 years old, Rebekah gives birth to very different twin boys. We see Esau and Jacob, and Isaac ignores God's promise to Jacob and favors Esau. And Esau's hunger gets the best of him as he sells his birthright for a bowl of stew. Not very much thought or care for his birthright when it's given up for a bowl of stew. Now, Rebekah enables further deception as she plots with Jacob, her favored son. And so you see once again how the favoritism, Isaac for Esau and Rebekah for Jacob, sows discord between the brothers. And so that they just came up with this deception to receive Isaac's blessing. And then when Esau vows to kill Jacob, Rebekah sends Jacob away for his own safety. And so we see that that family is split apart because of this. Now, for as far as our identity and our calling goes, God has given you a family to care for you and to help you learn about Him. And so we are part of a family, and we have a unique relationship with each person in that family, and we should strive to nurture and to build up that relationship. Now, as far as the early childhood kids and what they need to know that families need God's help to get along and understand that God cares for us in our families. For the older kids, they need to know that, and that they can describe how God cares for our families and gives us His word to guide us. And then they can also consider how God remains faithful to our families, even when family members are unfaithful to one another, such as we see Jacob and Esau. We see Isaac and Rebekah favoring their own certain children over the others. God is still faithful to His family, the people that He has called into it. And so, well, I hope this little rundown helps you as you prepare, meditate, and think about this lesson. And as we continue on, thank you for all that you do here at Bethlehem, and I look forward to seeing each of you on Sunday. Have a blessed day.